All right, the first thing we're going to do here is reflect, and we're going to reflect over the y-axis. So the y-axis is this one, and what that means is each point should stay the same distance from the y-axis, but it's going to be on the other side. So I can start with A, and A is 1 away, so I just keep going on that same line. One more, and this is A prime. B, 1 away, so you move 1 on the other side, and that's B prime. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away, so we move 5 this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and that's C prime, and then I can make my triangle. When we're doing reflections, it should always be flipped. If I write down my points, A is 1, 3, B is 1, 5, and C is 5, 3. So then I can write down my points of my new one. A prime is negative 1, 3, B prime, negative 1, 5, and C prime is negative 5, 3. So if you noticed, the first number changed signs. So when I reflect over the x-axis, the y changes signs. Or sorry, when I reflect over the y-axis, the x changes signs. And the opposite is also going to be true here. So the numbers stay the same, just the opposite letter changes signs. So this is the point where we get our rules again right here. If you want to write these down, I'd pause the video and write them down, or pause and take a screenshot, because this is going to be really, really helpful. You're going to need to know those rules. So let's put those rules into work here. So reflection across the y-axis. So first I'm going to graph my point 0, 3 as S, 4, 5 is T, 3, 3 is U, and then it says reflect across the y-axis. So S is on the y-axis, so it actually stays. So S is also S prime. U is 1, 2, 3 away, so I'm going to keep counting. 1, 2, 3. U prime. T, 1, 2, 3, 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side, and that is T prime. The new one is always the same letter, but with a apostrophe or an apostrophe, and we call it prime. So that's my new one there. And they should always look the same, just be flipped. And I can write my new coordinates. T prime, U prime, and S prime. T prime is negative 4, 5. Like I said before, flip over the y-axis. The x changes sign. U prime, negative 3, 3, right here. And yep, that's true. X changes signs. And S prime is 0, 3. X changes signs. Well, X is 0, so it can't have a sign, so it actually stays the same. Okay, let's try the x-axis. So first I'm going to graph my points. Negative 4, 3 is A. 0, 4 is B. And then 1, 2 is C. So now we're going to reflect over the x-axis. So I got to count to the x-axis. So I'm going to start with A. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. 1, 2, 3. That is A prime. B. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is B prime. C. 1, 2. 1, 2 is C prime. So x-axis, same as y-axis, except you just count to the x-axis instead. So this time, x-axis, my x values actually stay the same, and my y values change sign. So A right here is -5, -3. Or sorry, -4, -3. So -4 stays the same, and then that one actually changed signs, like we said it was going to. B prime, 0, stays the same. And then +4 became -4. Yep, that's exactly where B prime's at. And then C, 1 stays the same, and 2 changes signs. Yep, and that's exactly where C prime is, right there. Perfect. So if we go to these, we're supposed to write a rule. So it's going to be a reflection. So I'm going to say reflect. And then this one got reflected over the x-axis. So reflect over x-axis. The next one, this one's also the x-axis. They're equal x-axis. They're equal distance from the x-axis. And here, oh, this time they went over the y-axis. The y-axis is right in the middle of these two. So I'm going to say reflect over y-axis. Okay, I'm going to do one more reflection over the x-axis. So G, count 1 away from the x-axis, so it should be 1 on the other side. Stay on that same line. G prime. F, 1, 2, 3 away. 1, 2, 3 on the other side. So this would be over the x-axis. We said we are going to do the x-axis. In H, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up on the other side. And this is H prime. And then we can draw our triangle. Okay, then let's do one more on the y-axis and we'll call it good. So this is a tricky one. It's on the y-axis. So we always count to the axis and then to the other side. So this one we have points on both sides. So at the end we're going to end up with points on both sides. So D is 1 away. So D is 1 more on the other side, and that's D prime. F, 1 more on the other side. E, 1, 2, 3 away. 1, 2, 3 on the other side, and that is E prime. Connect them, and we have our new triangle.